Hello Internet, this is Nova88 Viner here, and today we got another episode showcasing some gameplay of me playing Dishonored. Right here we've got a guard who is looking at some of the kind of like infected people, I guess you can say, of Dunwall. They have been infected by the rats, and you kind of find them scattered around the game. They'll kind of pop up and they'll try to infect you with their disease, I guess. And this guard here, he took matters into his own hands and started blasting people. Don't know why he didn't kill that guy right there, but I went ahead and just killed him to kind of get him out of the way. I definitely do like the crossbow in this game. It's loud, but it's a good alternative to getting rid of enemies without having to sneak up on them directly behind them, especially in an environment like this where we got all these spotlights everywhere and these big crawling, I don't know what they are, but they're these really powerful guys on stilts, and they basically shoot like grenades at you. So I was assuming that this was another infected guy, and then all of a sudden all of these rats just come out of nowhere. So I knew immediately just to kind of back up and get out of the way. And sure enough, that guy was infected, and he's trying to get on top of me and try and, I don't know, vampire bite me or something. But I didn't know that he was not dead, so I went ahead and just shot him, and then had to shoot him again. But then this stilt guy, he recognized that this was an affected person, so he starts shooting when I thought he was actually supposed to be shooting at me, but in reality he was shooting at that guy. So then I see that the stilt walker is pursuing me, and so I take matters in my own hand, grab the whale oil, and I figured if I threw this at him, it would explode and he would die, but that did not work. So I kind of improvised and somehow found this little room here, and so I was using one of my powers to watch the troops, and for some reason they started following the stilt guy. So I kind of felt happy about that. But then I started going up these stairs and thought it might lead to somewhere. I saw this barrier, and I thought, well, maybe I can climb over it. And sure enough, I did. Um, so at this point, I was feeling a little rumble in the joystick. You get this little heart device that basically helps you find runes and bone charms, which give you perks and points to upgrade your powers. So there's another infected guy. Went ahead and came up to him, just stabbed him in the neck, and then went ahead and grabbed that rune and the potion. And then this video comes up. This is the guy that basically gives you your superpowers. In the beginning of the game, you kind of are in this dream, and you have this hallucination, and you are given these powers from this guy here. I'm still kind of early in the game, so I'm still learning a little bit more about this guy and this character and these people that have these superpowers. But basically, he's telling me that to go ahead and assassinate this woman that I'm trying to capture. She's basically just been, she's a rich society type person. She's taking control of the city and is basically just living in her awesome palace while everyone else in the city is just suffering and dying. So he's just basically telling me, go ahead, use your powers to go and eliminate her. So with that video, I then make my way out of this building and try and figure out how to get over to there. But then I sensed that someone was there, and sure enough, that zombie just comes out of nowhere, and I had dispatch of her. So I did that, picked up the extra bow, and then sure enough, there was another one, so took care of her. I definitely like how you have to fight against, those zombie-like characters, and then also the guards as well. Because it's, one thing to have to dispatch all the guards and take care of all the guards, but in this game, you can't really tell if, someone is just a regular citizen or if someone is an infected citizen that's going to come after you and try and kill you. So you got basically two different types of people wanting to come after you and kill you. So I think that's a pretty interesting thing to deal with. At this point, I'm kind of trying to figure out a way to get around these stilt walkers, because at this point, there's really no way that I can think of to kill them. I don't really have any heavy weaponry, um, so I don't know of any other alternatives to get past them. So basically, I'm just kind of sitting around, spying on these guys, kind of predicting what their movements are, because generally, if you don't attract their attention, they will stick to a choreographed movement. I've played a lot of stealth games growing up and into my adulthood, so I've learned that, and I think just about any other person who has played any kind of game realizes that there are certain patterns that these game characters play, and they move in a certain way. So if you can avoid not attracting their attention, they will do certain movements. So watch their movements, and slowly but surely I'm starting to pick off a lot of these guards, um, but I'm methodically trying to plan my route over to the other side, because it's one thing to get across that bridge, but then it's another thing to get past those two stilt walkers that have extremely good vision. I mean, I'm standing on the completely other side of the river on top of a roof, and they have managed to still see me. So I have to try and think of a way to get in there. I went into this little place because I knew that they're always full of little goodies. And sure enough, the guard turns around on me. So that was something I did not predict. But then he turns back around and starts walking. So I come over to the locker, grab the dart or the replacement bullets and the health. So I go ahead and take him out, and then I attract that stilt walker. And those guys are pretty much just trouble. So I just went ahead and just booked it. I went to my known spot, and I just went ahead and went up those stairs and went to the high point in that area. It's good to be up high because there's a less chance of you getting seen. So that's my mentality, is to get up high to be avoided seeing. So at this point, I'm still trying to figure out how to get across there. But then I spot that railing over there. You can see that there's like a little fire escape or porch type deal. But I'm also thinking too, maybe there's another option. I look at the stilt walker and I see he's got the whale oil attached to his back. So I'm thinking maybe I can shoot like an incendiary dart at him and maybe catch him on fire. But then I realized, well, I don't have any. So I went ahead and just took this route. Went into here. I found some little goodies. I thought there might be something else, like a bone charm or a rune. But there wasn't really anything, just like some small items to get some coins, and went ahead and grabbed those because those are good to refuel stuff. I didn't read this. I feel like there's a ton of stuff to read in this game, and I probably should be reading all this because I'll be able to get a better understanding for the game and the characters. But it's a lot of reading, and I personally am wanting to play this game, so I'm not taking the time to read. But at this point, I realized that, hey, maybe I can go this route. So I jump across the street, and I don't see anybody around because I've pretty much taken care of everyone, and the stilt walker isn't anywhere near. So I start to make my way this way, and now I feel like a complete idiot that I did not think to go this way in the beginning, because it is out of reach, and those stilt walkers are walking the other way. So I was able to make my way across pretty easily. And all I basically have to do is just climb up this this wall here, and then I'm home free. Now, basically, at this party, it's a masked party, so conveniently for me, I'm a masked assassin. I was able to walk in with no problems and just be immersed in the party. But that's it. Please subscribe to my channel. It's Nova88 Viner. There's going to be some more videos to come, so check them in the descriptions.